Round 2, playing with balsam fir gum or sap. So I have the split board that I just ripped off a pine snag. You can do it with your bare hand. So suppose you're out in the bush and for some reason you lost your knife. Highly unlikely, but suppose that you did. And you didn't have an axe and you didn't have a saw. And you need to make fire. Well, if you have balsam fir trees around. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention for this session, you forgot everything but you have a ferro rod. I know, highly unlikely, because you'd probably forget this before you forgot your knife, but this is just playing around. So you haven't got a knife, so you're not going to be making shavings or anything like that, but you've got some balsam fir trees around, so you just break off a shard or a sharp stick. Doesn't have to be chiseled like this, just a sharp stick. Poke those balsam blisters, rip off a shard of a jack pine snag, or any snag of any dead tree, just reefing on it. And just what you want to do with this balsam gum is provide some wick, some three-dimensional area. So just with my fingernails here, I'm just busting off little tiny pieces of wood and sticking that in the balsam gum here, and I'm going to smear it more. So if you get a good snap off, you get lots of pieces that you can do. That one's a bit big. That piece was cut with my axe, but that's because it was a long shard. But you can just break these off. So this is no knife. A no knife situation. Oops, I'm off camera here. I got a little point and shoot camera without a fold out screen, so I have to sort of look through the camera here. It's a bit too big. There we go. Just little tiny pieces. So let's say the scenario is pouring rain. The inside of the snag will be dry. Okay, that's probably enough. Not as small as I wanted, but okay, I'm just gonna mash them in also so they don't fly off when I strike my ferro rod. And if you had a knife, of course, micro shavings or scrapings would be ideal. Okay, so I got a lot of wicking three-dimensional surface there that hopefully is going to work. So let's see what happens here. So I get a better strike with my back of my F1 here, but I'm pretending I forgot that, so I'm not going to be using that. But I brought my ferro rod. That's the only thing I had in my pocket. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to put it right down on the board. Try the other end there. Finally, there we go. Well, that was a bit awkward, but I just shift my view here. I just got some surface area, something like cattail fluff or some other weed seed head would be ideal to mash in there. Gonna move this outside the tent. Oh, I'm gonna put it in there. Into the stove you go. Okay. Fun with balsam fir gum. It's great. And once again, thanks to Mike from Bushcraft Bartons for doing an excellent video or series of videos on that I learned a great deal from. Thanks, Mike.